DJ Jill, and I'm on the phone with Sal Belloise in sunny Clearwater, Florida. Hello, Sal.
Hello, Jill. It's sunny but cold today.
It's sunny, but it's cold. That sounds like what it is here. It's pretty much sunny, but it's still cold. But we're probably a little bit colder up in Rochester, New York. So we're here to talk today about yourself and your CD. And the CD is called Nothing But Love, which is found, of course, in our dynamic music store under Pop Rock. And, of course, we're here to talk about yourself as well. So, Sal, how did you get into making music?
Well, you know, back when I started playing, which was right here on Clearwater Beach, the beach is just beautiful white sand here, and there's Pier 60, which is a big old fishing pier with metal handrails, and all the hippies used to sit on the handrails and play guitar, and that's kind of how I learned, just picking up guitar riffs from everybody else, usually starting with Down by the River, old Neil Young, and progressing into Jimi Hendrix at that time. And just went from there. One thing led to another, and there I was playing in nightclubs, there I was opening concerts, and now here it is 2008. What happened?
Wow, pretty exciting. And we got your new CD out. Did you have another CD out before that, or you had a couple going, or?
You know what? This is my first CD that I have put out. I've always written. I mean, my whole life I've always written songs and played out professionally, but I just never put anything down. And I was debating on whether or not to do this as a double CD because I have so much material. But I decided just go ahead and we recorded this with my bass player and drummer just on our home studio and threw it out there, and it's phenomenal how it took off. The songs were well received all around the world, and right now we're doing a follow-up, another 14 songs that we should have out within the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, I was looking on your website and I was seeing that you have songs already coming up, and it looks like on your website, www.sallive.com, you have stuff showing your upcoming shows, upcoming interviews, and stuff like that, which is pretty interesting if you want to check that out to find out where you're playing down in Florida and what's happening for you in the future.
Yeah, and we have a lot going on. I've been writing a lot lately with country guys, something I never was, a country musician, but Billy Dean, who's just a great Grammy-writing, Grammy-winning performer, not just Grammy Song of the Year one year, but Male Vocalist of the Year, has been just a big help to me in my writing lately, and we've been doing a lot of writing together. So I've been meeting up with him in Nashville, and he's been coming here, and we've been working on things, and just going back and forth with different writers and working with artists here. There's so many good writers in this area where I live on Clearwater Beach, Florida, that we're talking about doing a compilation album here. The sallive.com is just my personal website. The MySpace one, which is the myspace.com/salbeloise. Man, it's jumped like 450,000 hits in the last 4 weeks with people listening to the tunes. And we've got some, I didn't do a lot of my 12-string jamming tunes, which if you knew me and you lived here, you would have seen me doing a lot of that live. This album's going to have a lot of my jamming tunes on it.
Okay, good to know. So why don't we play the first song on your CD, the self-titled track here, Nothing But Love. Is there anything you want to tell us about that, or?
Yeah, that is, to me, that's really, I just love that song, and it really says it all. Nothing can fill your empty heart, nothing but love, and I just love the lyrics to that, and it fell together in one evening, the whole song, and I just love it. And I know it won a couple of awards on some music websites recently, and I wish I could tell you which ones they are, but I just don't follow it that closely.
Okay. So we'll play Nothing But Love. Independent Radio. That song was called Shake Up the World. We're here with Sal Belloise. He actually sung that song, and this is his featured artist segment show. And we were talking over the break here, thinking about playing Crazy Little Planet next. And he was telling me actually the University of Tampa is doing a video of that. Tell us about that, Sal.
Well, they're doing full-blown video of this green screen and everything, and it should be a lot of fun. I told him to keep this as lighthearted as the song is itself, because it's a great, it's from the viewpoint of an alien coming back and telling us how bad we screwed up the planet, which we all know that. But it's going to be really neat, because it's going to have almost retro feel to it, and well, you'll have to see it, but it'll have like the Sputnik, old Russian satellites in it, some cartoons, and like I said, some green screen with me marching through space. It'll be really neat, and I really like that song because there's a whole storyline and a very good plot to it, because I wrote that song for Al Gore's An Inconvenient Truth, but I was too late to get it in to submit it for that. But that's essentially why I wrote that.
Okay. That's funny. Yeah, the Crazy Little Planet's just like a funny, comical song, but I guess it had a deeper meaning to it now that I hear that.
A very deep meaning.
Where can we find this video once when it's done? On your website, or?
Yeah, it'll absolutely be out on the website, and if I come up that way this summer, it'll be the video that's projected behind us as we do that song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you gotta come up in Rochester this summer and stop by the studio so we can do a live show for everyone else.
Well, I love it up there. I absolutely love it. As you know, I was up for the Woodstock 25th reunion, and I have one of the new songs coming out on the new CD is just that. It's called On My Way to Woodstock, which is a parody of the 1969 Woodstock compared to the 1994 Woodstock. Mm-hmm. And it's a real fun jam and 12-string song too, so you'll hear that one.
Yeah, that one looked like it had a wild story to it and everything, saying it was like your planned trip for your 40th birthday, and you went to the festival, you're on TV, you had a song on the radio and everything.
Well, it was funny because I called up, I had some friends, you know, there's a whole network of musicians that travel up and down the coast, and I called up a club up there in upstate New York to book myself so I could try and get in to play at Woodstock, and I went up there, and two people sitting in the whole place at 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm playing, because I'll play to one person or 1 million people. And it turns out the guy was a producer from NBC, and he said, yeah, you got to come up and play. So I just being in the right place, right time, I got a slot in to play at the Woodstock Festival.
Wow. That's probably definitely a career highlight for you right there.
Oh, it was a blast.
Definitely. It sounds like fun. So we're going to play the Crazy Little Planet song that we were talking about that has a music video to it. Alright, and then we're going to keep the music going. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up, going through Sal's whole CD, so you guys don't go anywhere out there. Keep it locked here.
And DJ Jill.
Think about playing the song on his CD, Her Own Little World, and he was saying that was about a waitress, right, Sal?
It's actually about a waitress I knew in a pizza joint, and I wrote that about her life because it's funny how everybody's just encapsulated in their own little worlds, and one thing just led to another, and I mean, that song just popped out in no time, and it's just it's another song that's just a funny, light-hearted look at life. Mm-hmm. And it's through the eyes of the life of a waitress.
Which a lot of people can relate to out there, being a waitress.
Oh, that one's an easy one to relate to. So when you hear that, you'll hear what I mean. But yeah, that's a fun little song, and it goes over real well when I play it live. And like I said, when you hear my album, it's just like you're sitting in my living room or sitting out at the bar listening to me play it live, and that's just the way I want it to be, because I want you, when you sing, I want you to say, he's even better live.
Yeah, it's definitely probably almost the best compliment that you can give an artist out there, I think. Because then you hear songs that are like phenomenal on the radio, then you hear them live, and it's just ruined. Everything's ruined. So
you wonder sometimes, is that the same band?
Yeah, exactly.
But,
and then it ruins it for you when you hear them live, and they just sound horrible. So.
Well, this is just like you're sitting there watching me, except you don't have to pay for the drinks.
And then you were saying this CD just came out 5 weeks ago, which completely amazed me.
Yeah, no, just 5 weeks ago. We spent all of 2 weeks recording this album ourselves. We said, you know what, the songs are good enough that they stand on their own. So I'm not going to go into a studio just to overproduce this. I really want people to hear us the way we are. So let's just go ahead and record it the way we do it, and that's what we did. And our philosophy is going to carry over to the next CD that we're going to put out. It's going to be exactly the same thing. We learned a few things along the way with recording, so it'll probably sound a little better, but when you hear it, you're hearing us.
And you can find his CD, Interdynamic Music Store, if you go into Pop Rock. You can also find it on shelves